Ever found yourself stuck in a conversation, like you've hit a wall and now there's nothing left to say? You're just sitting there, trapped in that awkward silence, overthinking every second like everyone can hear your brain whirring? Yeah, I've been there too. I used to have really bad anxiety, so moments like that were the worst. But over time, I learned a few things, 3 to be exact, that helped me deal with it, and I want to share them with you. These tips changed how I approach meeting new people, making conversations fun, and accepting when nothing really works, and that's okay too. Number 1, get comfortable with silence. We've all had that moment. You're at a new job or in a new class, and suddenly you're alone in a room with someone you barely know. You introduce yourselves, and then silence. At first, I panicked in those moments, but eventually, I learned to just sit with the silence. I realized it wasn't going to kill me like it would if I were a YouTube video with dead air. Think about it. Can you remember any awkward silence that stuck with you for years? Probably not, but I can definitely recall the embarrassing things I said, trying to avoid that silence. So I stopped trying to fill every gap. I started to accept the quiet. Life's too short to obsess over a few seconds of silence. Number 2, conversations aren't dry, our curiosity. That doesn't mean conversations can't get boring. Trust me, I've been in a ton of dry ones. So I had to figure out how to keep things flowing. What helped? Active listening, but not the generic kind you hear about. I mean really being present and genuinely curious. People don't speak in complete stories. They leave stuff out, which means there's always more under the surface if you actually pay attention. Someone says, "I cut my hand on Sunday working on a car." That one sentence? It's full of questions if you're listening right. What kind of car? Was it your car? How'd you cut it? Do you fix cars often? Did it hurt? Why Sunday? The conversation writes itself if you stay curious. Number 3, build a personality around interests. Let's be real. If I didn't do anything or wasn't curious about anything, then yeah, my conversations would be as dry as a snail on a salt flat. So I didn't overthink it. I just did stuff that interested me. Cars, sports, hiking, psychology. Not everything stuck, but I kept exploring. And turns out, it helps to have hobbies people can connect with. It gives conversations a natural spark. I like to think of it this way. I didn't try to be interesting. I just got interested. Bonus. There are no stupid questions. Let me ask you, what even counts as a stupid question? In my opinion, if you're genuinely curious and respectful, no question is really stupid. Being curious takes courage, and it usually leads somewhere interesting. Sometimes I'd ask seemingly random stuff like, "How tall are you?" or "Do you mow the lawn?" just because I wanted to know. And weirdly enough, those questions often open the door to deeper, funnier, or more surprising conversations. People like talking about themselves. You just have to give them the chance. Final thought, you can't force connection. Here's the thing I wish I learned sooner. Sometimes, no matter what you say or how hard you try, the conversation just won't work. And that's okay. Maybe they're not talkers. Maybe the chemistry just isn't there. Maybe they're not interested. You don't have to force it. I remind myself, don't water dead plants. If a conversation isn't going anywhere, I let it go. Sometimes that's the most freeing move of all. So that's what worked for me. If you want a crash course in active listening, or you're just into this kind of thing, feel free to check out the next video or hit subscribe. Either way, thanks for being curious.